Hi, everybody. Welcome back to, I don't know if you're on my Facebook page or my blog or my YouTube page, but welcome. I'm Amy Lauria with Spotlight Business Solutions, and today I have the wonderfully amazing Aaron Forsman with Forsquare Consulting. Hi, Aaron.
Blushing. Thank you. Blushing right now. Thanks.
Oh, Aaron's an awesome guy. He's in my BNI group, and he's going to talk to us today about Forsquare Consulting and what he can do for you.
Yeah. So, Forsquare Consulting. Number one, thank you, Amy. Love the BNI connection that we've made over the past few months. We've been kind of doing some, things together and learning more and more about how we can help people help each other. And that word itself is something that's been ingrained in my wife and I's business for quite some time. We both come from, more of the private sector or, the public sector, I guess you could say on her side. I worked in a private financial firm. She worked over, and still does actually, works for a public architectural firm. And what we did is we actually just started kind of after our own wedding, Amy, working with clientele to help them not incur debt.
Okay.
As we spent about $25,000 on a like $15,000 wedding idea. So that's where Forsquare Consulting, yeah, no, not at all. We did everything ourselves, which was fun, and we learned how we could work with each other. But what we do is we stand in for people to help them with all of those things that sometimes cost money, where creativity or ingenuity can come in to save dollars. And we actually like building a longer relationship with some of the people that we do weddings and events with. That's where we started. This is where Forsquare Consulting started. And then I took my expertise that I have in the financial planning arena, insurance planning for mostly families and retirement. And we kind of blended that in because a lot of not only what we were doing on the day of or the year before the day to plan and help people prepare properly and save money rather than have to spend it with creative ideas. But we also then help plan with the families now that they are after their big event, so they come in for insurance consultation and finance consultation. If they have a business, we do business consultation planning with them as well. So, Foursquare is really model wise, I guess I've always thought of it as, we'll be there, years before your day, the day of, and we're really the only company that will be there the day after as well. So that's really where we like to help people.
You don't often find a company that can be with you from the beginning when you're by yourself,
right,
that can help you all the way through to retirement.
Yes, and we actually had someone we're part of the Minnesota Chamber of Commerce as well.
Okay.
And someone from the Chamber of Commerce actually said, he goes, funny enough and candidly, he goes, well, you could actually have a client until, they pass away. And I said, yes, we've actually done funerals as well. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, so we've done everything from baby showers to funerals and all of the planning side of it with the ideas in insurance and retirement. So, we're very holistic. Some say we do a little too much, but I think that when you make a client that early in life, when you make a client that early in life, they really will come to you for anything, including what doesn't pertain to your business, like a good restaurant recommendation or help with an anniversary gift for a spouse.
Right. Well, you really become, people's guide, somebody that they can count on for things.
Yeah.
And what an interesting mix too. Insurance. I keep using my hands, even though nobody can see them. Yeah. I'm so used to doing that. Oh my gosh. I'm going to hold them up here. Yeah. So you help people with events, which is very, very creative and, like a whole different side of your brain. And then you switch over to insurance. Is that kind of difficult, or do you find it pretty seamless and kind of challenging in a fun way?
I think that it's uniquely challenging, but seamless for us in the sense that we've done all these things first for our own selves, our own family, our network of friends. Yeah, and the best part about it is that we put our relationship in as a value piece. Usually when you're talking about someone I'll use a wedding planner, for example, you're going to get in contact with them 90 days before the event. If you even had an interview with them to see if you like them or not. Their bill is going to be astronomical, probably 3 to 4 times a bill that we've ever had for a planning event. But then you don't get much correspondence till the day of.
Right.
It's very, very interesting dynamic because you are there to be, to come into union as a family, and the person who's kind of doing that for you has no investment in your family themselves. So we usually set up a wedding consultation a year to a year and a half before the actual event. Yeah, so we find time to find a relationship with the people, the parties, the bridal or groom's parties, the families, especially the parents and grandparents. By the time it comes to, the wedding day, we're all on a first name basis, hugging, cheering, laughing and jeering together. So that's the really fun part. So
that's awesome.
yeah.
How has business changed for you with COVID? Obviously, insurance doesn't change. People still need insurance. You can do that remotely, but like the wedding planning side of things and just the event planning side of things, I'm sure has changed a lot.
Incredibly. I would say 180 degrees. I mean, if you think about what a wedding is, it's getting a bunch of people together to, really enjoy each other with dance and song and music, laughter and conversation. And those things are really stifled right now. So we've had to play audible ball. We're up in the play box and the quarterback, which is the bride and groom, they're like, what are we doing? And we're trying to call different plays. So in a sense, we've brought a lot more calming atmosphere to these families in times of need. Wedding planner might bail on you if you're not going to, be able to do something 90 days ahead of time. But what we're doing is we are changing venues. We are, changing opportunities. We actually had one of our events have 3 cancellations of venue, and we actually ended up throwing it in the backyard of their parents' house, which is right on the lake. And we had a flag raising and a beautiful ambiance with lights and everything. It created a wonderful evening. But, those things that normally would cost those dollars to fix per se in time of, especially now, what a great emergency to your tragedy to build around COVID, that's where the creativity and ingenuity comes to not rely on dollars. It's more sense, as in brain power versus sense.
Being able to pivot like that too, I think takes a lot of energy, and a lot of people don't. I don't know, sometimes you panic and it's like, oh, what do I do? So it's great that people can count on you guys to really help them and guide them and not make, and I don't want to say a bad decision, because it might not be a bad decision, but just not make the right decision for them.
Right. Well, I mean, in a time of haste and time of emergency, I mean, you do what is normal, and it sometimes means path of least resistance, but path of least resistance in the planning or, financial, insurance, wedding, event planning, it means too often too little comes too late. And what we really want to make sure is that we can bring these ideas in a plethora to the individual families so that they can see that that's part of the security and stability of why they hired us to be part of their lives. Not just part of their days, part of their lives. Because essentially, like all small business owners, that's what you want. Or families, that's what you want, is you want someone to depend on in perpetuity. We can definitely find that idea built through and through your business, through what you do for all types of different businesses and industries. That's why I think we've connected with you so well, because we kind of have that same mentality. That's why BNI works too. And that's how you and I met. So, we just keep the momentum up, and we keep finding people like yourself and businesses like, ours, yours and mine to really structure around. Because, if one of my clients comes and asks me, who's the best that you have for, any type of service, Amy, from what you even done for us to help us with how slowly I'm getting you back my information for our own website and needs, I would definitely, and have talked with some of my clients about what you can do for them. So it's just that reciprocation and trust, transparency that we really operate on.
Yeah, well, that's great. What are you guys looking forward to most for the rest of the year and into the new year?
Well, what we're looking for most on the event and wedding planning side is the numerous amount of weddings that we still have, because as you know, everyone had to postpone. So as I said, we just did our first wedding of the year. Our September is going to be pretty busy. So we're pretty excited to, get those unions done and taken care of. I've actually taken the step as well to become ordained. So I'm actually
fantastic.
Yeah, I'm actually
it'll be really a one-stop shop.
I'm actually officiating my own wedding by request of 2 of our very, very, very close and dear friends that we are doing a wedding for.
That's great.
Instead of being like one of the groom's party, they asked me if I would take care of the best part for them. So I said I'd be honored. So yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's the kind of live testimonial that you can get by doing good for great people, whether they're friends, family, or anywhere in between. That was one of the most honorable business and friend opportunities that I've ever been involved with, and I couldn't wait to say yes. So
that's great. Yeah, what an honor. Well, great. Well, thanks so much, Aaron. I appreciate you being
My
with us
pleasure.
today.
Thank you for the wonderful opportunity to spotlight with Spotlight.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe that's what we'll call it. Spotlight with Spotlight.
Oh my God, I love
I don't
it.
have a name for these videos yet, so
Spotlight with Spotlight. That is wonderful.
there you go. There you
Boom,
go.
look at us. Momentum. It just keeps going.
All right. Thanks, Aaron. It's been a pleasure, and best of luck to you as the wedding season picks up. And
Here we
I'll
go.
post your link in the description for everybody.
Thank you so very much. And anyone who has any questions or anything, you know, obviously Amy's the best to run information through. And, you know, I thank you as well, Amy, for everything you do and what you will do for us moving forward.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Wonderful. We'll talk soon.
Okay.
Bye now.